old like sheep turn up looking suspiciously like Craig.
Yeah. Those sheep look a lot like a friend I know. That's sweet.
That's a sheep with Craig's face.
Why?
Why are it's all their
One of them
fur?
editing something.
Their fur's skin coloured as well. It's all like a pinky browny pale colour. Like what the fuck is up with these sheep?
Jesus,
We've been splicing.
Splicing. It's actually just curly flesh. It's not even hair.
No, yeah, it's like skin that's curled up and whipped round into some weird like honeycomb.
That's whipped flesh.
Look, any hog that leaves the fence gets blown away. All right.
Fuck no, that's a baby.
Stand in order. Sorry,
No,
Johnny, you got to
that's a
set an
baby.
example.
Oh, that's a whole baby.
Oh, they're panicking. They're making a run for it.
Oh god, it's going
The cow!
well.
I can't see the cow. The cow stays alive. Too valuable. God, they're
Right,
really
whoa.
panicking.
They're
though.
getting through this because
they
there's-
are really panicking.
Do they always react like this?
Oh, it feels
This
extreme.
feels different. This feels different.
Boom!
What do you mean it feels different? They're getting blown apart
No.
by a mad farmer.
Get a
Nah.
little picture.
Nah.
No, I'm not
That's
getting
a
him.
rifle shot. That's a rifle shot. I got it.
No, I
on,
can just
don't
lead him
miss,
back in.
don't
What the
miss.
fuck? He's leaded. He's leaded.
Why are you
All right,
killing
all
our
right, all right.
livestock like this? All of them are dead.
Boom!
The
You
cows
gotta
are
set-
scared.
They'll do it again if you don't give
Prince
them.
Andrew is freaking out.
There's no dead cows, are there? I only killed pigs.
Mudflap's trying
Look
to
at
leave
this
as
one.
well.
Christ, that's a big
The
hog.
dead cows are blocking everyone else in.
Yeah. I legitimately had like a fly or a spider die in my ear and then stay in there for like months.
When?
I was 10.
Oh.
And I started putting my finger in my ear and I would occasionally feel this like sharp
I don't
edge.
like that. I don't like
And I was
this.
like, what the fuck is that sharp,
This is
hard edge
This is
about?
worse than the botfly thing.
no.
I think.
This
is-
This
They
is
have
to
worse.
take
There's
it
nothing
out of there
alive in my ear.
It's so gross.
Cool. They're ready to die.
like weeks and weeks went by where I'd be trying to like get it out of my fingers and then it would lose the ability to grip it, right? This
Stop.
is all true.
How?
This is all true.
is so gross.
And one day
Oh
I
my
said to my
God.
mum, I was like, Mum, I think I can feel the thing in my ear again. Can you have a look? She got in there with tweezers and she had to pull it quite hard because it turned out like the tail end of it was stuck to the inside of my ear canal.
Okay, man, this is pretty gross.
And then she pulled the whole thing out and it was just this black and brown squashed mass about the size, half the size of a 5p piece. And I was like, fuck me, that's been in my ear for like 6 months.
That's so gross.
A crackling wand that's currently locked. Do you like unlock abilities on?
You have to kiss in public.
That's absolutely not. Stop gaslighting him.
I'm pretty sure you have to kiss in public.
I was ready to do that. I would take one for the
Yeah,
team.
of course you were. Because
I'll
It's
take
the
one.
worst that can happen.
so
we all have a
pliable.
pleasurable kiss. And
I don't
that's
want to kiss
fine.
your filthy chapped lips.
What?
Walk away with bits in my mouth.
that's so gross.
Chapped bits.
Gross.
Sick of chewing your chapped bits.
Oh,
Ugh, boy, it's like we got lime scale.
What is this? Lip dandruff. Ew.
I got him.
Fucking hell, you sound enraged, whilst also extremely in pain.
He's knocked a drink over again.
Oh, you're kidding.
He's done it.
It happens so often, doesn't it? Clumsy man. That must have been the third time this month. He spilled something all over his fucking desk.
Fucking hell. Oh, God. Oh, I knocked coffee all over my keyboard.
Oh, for God's sake.
I got so excited. Fucking hell. Oh, I keep getting killed.
We can be the hot shot.
Fuck, I definitely just locked my PC. Don't worry, I'm here. I'm gonna hotshot like crazy now.
Just gonna shot so many hots.
Fuck at me. I think that might be the fucking tower.
Yeah, it is the tower. Should we just go near it and then, like, make our way up?
Just make sure we're not in a cone of vision anywhere. There's a person on this tower.
Okay.
I'm in a bit of a pickle here.
You are?
I slammed into that tower.
You both died from hitting yourself with... You parachute accidents, was it?
Yeah, come on. So it's I'm out. I'm out of the game.
Have you seen Up Daddy?
No. What's that?
What, Up Daddy? Have you seen Up Daddy?
No, neither of us have seen Up
No,
Daddy.
we've not seen
You've not seen Up Daddy?
Daddy
No.
Ross.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Have you?
Yeah, I watch it all the time.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
What do you mean why? It's really good.
What's
really
up
good film.
with that, Ross?
What's up
What?
with that?
Yeah.
Nothing. You didn't say the thing I wanted you to say.
No,
What was
no.
that? What did you want us to say?
Nothing.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What was the phrase you were
then I'm
hoping-
going to be the one who says it.
Yeah!
Don't turn it around on me!
Oh, you
Don't turn my
fucking
games
pussy.
around on me!
I am the gamer of games.
Come on. Come on, you bitch! You stupid bitch car! I'm blaming the car. Have you seen Wrong Daddy?
What's wrong, Daddy?
Fuck's sakes.
Nothing.
I shot ropes at Disneyland Paris. Is that?
I spent a long time shooting ropes in Disneyland.
Are you tempted by the Star Wars one in the US, Sips?
Maybe eventually. It's meant to be really good.
Unlike
apparently.
the hotel that was shut down, like everyone's gonna have their own like personal storyline and stuff, and all the cast and crew were like in on it.
Yeah, I can imagine there was some absolutely fucking horrendous interactions in it where like they just got some other sort of person just like, where's my room? My air conditioning's not working. I'm too cold.
Drop the act, buddy. Where's my room?
Padawan, this way. I said, no. I got away from my wife. My wife's taking a shit.
Hey, Jimmy, open the door. Yeah, just trying to get to the restricted area. I work here, obviously.
Hey, Twi'lek!
I don't work here.
Hey, fucking Twi'lek, get up on that pole. Give me a dance, damn it.
Let me stroke your leku. You should be coming right now.
Excuse me, staff member, she's not coming.
The game is to simply, each of them will say a joke to try and make the other one laugh. I was reading a great book about an immortal cat the other day. It was impossible to put down.
He got it. He got it.
When I was a young boy and I first started to discover myself, I would sit in the bathtub, I'd hold the end of my foreskin and I'd pee so it swells up like a lot of water.
That's so gross. But
Where does it go? Was that the joke?
Yeah. That was trying to make him laugh, just trying to make him back and smile.
It's found a weakness for Ross Hornby.
It's probably quite real. I don't know.
I'm worried that it's real. I think there might be a monster near me.
The monster's inside you all along. It's really close to you.
Can you guide me out, please? Guide me out, guide me out, guide me out.
Take a left. Is that right? Where is he going?
Try that way. Yeah, try that way. Is there an entrance?
Do you have Google Maps? Google Maps is so much easier.
There's a monster at the end of the tunnel you walked towards.
Which way is out?
Try going up and down on various staircases.
There's a monster here, started up. There's a monster on our base.
One on your ass. Run. Are you dead? Gonna go find broth, which I assumed it would have made it from
Now you got to buy it in containers.
I thought your name was Ross.
broth.
Right, let's keep
Broth
this.
Hornby.
Brothy. I'm broth homie.
Broth.
Broth homie.
Somehow,
Sounds like I've got
somehow
sounds
makes
like
it
I
sound
bit
like
my
you
tongue.
call it.
Broth.
Yeah, it's Broth
Sounds like
Hornby.
I've bitten my tongue. That's it. Broth Hornby.
Broth Hornby.
My name is Broth Hornby.
He's laughing at a speech impediment.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody called their kid that these days.
Broth.
The things people are calling their kids, absolutely ridiculous.
Do you keep broth in the fridge? Is that?
I would keep broth in the pool of choices.
Keep broth in the pool and hold his head.
Stop dunking broth, honey. Just because other people have bad names for their children doesn't make me a boomer.
Okay, Puma.
Okay, boomer.
What's a broth plate? I mean, what's a soup plate?
Keep it on the hob.
Time for lunch.
I'm going to create a one-pan Mediterranean stir fry. I've found a recipe that works with what the ingredients we got.
Now
AI for this, Ross.
Yeah, I probably cut poorly.
God, I don't want to get a cut live.
These are not finely chopped enough. Pork, loin steaks, chopping them up into bite-sized pieces, sliced sausages. Okay, let's just shove it all in. Look at the fucking like juice inside this tofu box. It looks like just like fucking freeze-dried cum. People eat this? I'm gonna take a moment to thank everyone who was available. I'm gonna start with number one, the doctor. It's gonna be edible. I think that's the important part here. So I've got some pre-cooked falafel. Crumble that up, put it in the mix, and that's gonna be like
Salted. Seasoned.
Look, I think this is definitely at an edible stage. Now, the other thing, it does request that you crumble some tortilla chips into it.
Add a bit of texture.
Yeah, a little bit of naan bread on the side. We can get the flavors, flavors.
Is it? It tastes fine. It's not making me vomit.
It's actually food this time.
You go to, you stay looking at it and you walk towards it. It's shy.
It's just shy, isn't it? Okay.
Can you disarm this landmine or not? Behind us, Ross. We gotta keep looking at it. It's shy, right? It's shy. You keep looking at it and walk towards it.
Oh, it came back at me.
It's not that shy.
What the fuck?
He looked away.
I didn't look away. I was looking at that.
I don't know. Did he? He was looking at it. Right, I'm gonna take his other. Yeah, take
Guys?
I'm not really a fan of this map.
It's more 2D than it usually is, Ross.
It doesn't
That's
help
the
that
difference.
Ross seems like a dog.
Comes and goes, doesn't it?
Huh?
He said it comes and goes.
Don't just brush it
What,
off
the
like
dog
that.
vision?
Dog vision.
vision.
Oh,
okay.
no, we got to wait a sec. Ross has got a bout of dog vision.
Someone else is going to have to
Oh,
sort out the
shit.
colour corrector on this because I can't do shit.
Because I've got dog vision.
So tell me if this looks right.
Ross, this is all green and
This
red.
game's not very colourful, is it?
Oh, he's got dog. He's got a
Sporadic
severe
dog
case.
vision would be the funniest fucking thing.
You get superpowers, I get super ailments, so sometimes I just get horrible vision, which is actually just like dog vision.
Oh man.
Oh, I get super asthma, so sometimes I just break down. I can't breathe.
Oh yeah, I get pigeon hearing.
Really strong. It's worse than normal.
Super asthma.
Every so often, my heart shrinks to the size of a mouse's heart.
God, it just shrinks.
My heartbeat is 400 BPM.
I got hummingbird heart.
Mouse heart boy.
Mouse heart.
Mouse heart boy.
Oh,
that was really close.
Doink.
You lucky bugger. Lucky bear.
you're a real lucky bear.
I'm thinking so hard right now. Think hard thoughts. Yes! Oh my god, I forgot my own barbed wire!
Hold B to give up.
Run! Oh,
yes! Yes!
Yeah, you forgot about that,
You still
didn't you?
win,
I
but
did. I did
You
forget
still
about
win,
that. I was like
yeah.
relieved that I didn't get hit by the puck.
Look at my body just getting annihilated by pucks. Nice.
Gotta make it sound good. It's the epic ending, isn't it? You know.
You forgot this bit.
That does sound like it should. Do you want to do just one take of that underneath, like the whole lot?
Piss in my mouth. Song done.
Kept in the piss in my mouth. Piss in my mouth. I mean, if I'm not hearing it, the piss. But you all know it was there. You all know it was there. Maybe I could just have it very quiet. What do you reckon? Just a bit. Very quiet. So those who saw their stream knows.
I'm impressed how quickly I managed to spell meth with my hands. I use it against drivers on the motorway when I've got autopilot on.
You silly knob.
Oh, it's not silly. It's just weird looking. Hello.
Welcome, everybody, one and all, to the studio.
Welcome, yeah.
The Hat Chat studio. Behind us, we have the halogen-powered Hat Chat logo there.
Halogen power? I thought it was LED.
Halogen, that's why it's so
I thought we
hot.
went LED for
It's super hot.
just
We
energy
like them to give
efficiency.
off warmth.
Yeah. Yes, we're doing a little Hat Chat today. We're also experimenting a little bit. You may have noticed on YouTube, maybe even Instagram, we've got a vertical stream. Available.
I'm looking at it on Instagram now. I'm just logged on.
Crazy.
I thought my eyes had just got funny and everything's now in a weird aspect.
Well, if anything, it's easy to hold. We're easy to hold now.
I thought
So
I
you
looked
can
at my
hold
phone
us
for too long.
and caress us. Sorry.
What if you've just? What if you realise you've accidentally reconfigured your field of view because you've looked at your phone for too long? Your eyes have not gone square;
They're
they've
just
gone
drifting
rectangular.
together. They're drifting together.
I don't know. I think you'd be on
monitored.
some sort of psychedelic for that to happen. I don't believe that's something that happens.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
we are on new
it's
platforms.
proper vertical this time, not my rudimentary rotate your screen sideways shit. Craig has created a proper scene which has put the wide cam at the bottom and the switching cam at the top.
What do you think of that?
And you can hold it in your hand now. And there's the option on YouTube, of course, to watch the landscape version as well. But there's just another option there for when you're taking a shit. I assume
legendary.
the only time you ever watch this is when you're like
Taking a shit.
now you can
Passing-
grip that phone and not put it between your index and pinky and try and hold it like this.
yeah, because that's a
So-
risk of falling down the bowl. At least now you can take a full length piss and hold your phone in one
Have a
hand.
firm grip on.
Just
If you're
don't,
like me,
don't
you've
hit
got
the sides.
You've got
Don't
a terrible
hit the
diet, and you spend a lot of time on the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to. We've been through this. We've covered that ground.
Sometimes nature calls.
Sounds to me like this is a great preamble.
This is good preamble. We're just testing right now because we are stress testing this setup. We can't currently. Sorry. How's the audio?
Is the audio fine?
Do
Everybody?
each of us sound clear and
concise?
controlled and under control? And we can't access TikTok, unfortunately. TikTok won't let us stream on their platform for some bizarre rules.
It's very strange.
Even though we
TikTok.
do post there regularly.
with
way
our
too much
shorts.
negative stuff about the Chinese government.
Is that
Must
what it
be
is? I don't hear you
Must
saying
be
much
that.
about them. You should say something
Not
disparaging
anymore,
now.
no.
Say something disparaging to balance it out.
Don't want it, mate. World's getting too scary. Ain't
That's
saying
fair enough.
shit.
That's fair enough. Well,
I'll talk about the UK though. I think we should
Okay.
nationalise everything.
it's controversial. Controversial words from Al Smithy
I don't
today.
think it is that controversial, is it? Not for the average person.
Not
The
really.
average person's like, yeah, sounds good.
We
Yeah.
should nationalise.
Who's got a vested interest in the privatisation of public infrastructure?
Well, I don't know if you've been on a train recently, but
I don't know if you've
they
tried
pat
to
you
get-
down for cash now. They literally
dentists
just
on
go,
NHS.
that's not enough, mate. And they start checking your wallet and they get their hands in your pockets. I'm like, look, I don't carry change anyway.
You,
It's a 20-minute train. How
you've
does it
got
cost
text to
250
code.
quid?
Can I have that?
I did get texted the code.
Can you send it
Uh,
out in chat?
Do you want me to say it?
No,
Okay.
actually.
Do you want me to send it to
Or
you?
just show me it now.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm right next to
I'm
you.
literally right next to him. What does it say?
Can't say.
9.
99.
Must know in German.
Who's going to know that code? Use the code right now. They're going to have to log on. Are you just checking if it works on
I'm just
TikTok?
checking the stats.
TikTok.
I can tell you right now that we have 21 people watching us. Sorry, no, it's gone down. 19 on the vertical. 20? It's gone up. Sorry, I could do this all day. 20
It's like
people on
stocks, innit?
Instagram. So that's good,
Creator
isn't it? Or
tools.
Facebook. I think those numbers are 90 on
Bloody
YouTube Shorts.
hell.
Bloody hell. Now tell us
That's
if you
90
prefer
people
us in your
taking a shit
hands
right
like
now.
this, in this format or the other format. You can try it on YouTube as well, as we are wide on YouTube.
Craig.
If you prefer a wider.
Do you think you could move the Hat Chat logo up? Like,
What, the one behind me? Or
yeah, look. If you look at that, there's space.
to go up above me?
Can't
He
do
would have to redesign the set.
TV too high. Hat Chat.
This
Just the
one.
word Hat Chat. If you put it up the
That's
wall a bit
embedded
higher.
into the wall. We've
Yeah, we
screwed
paid
that in.
good money.
Let me try. If you guys
paid
give me a
good
hand,
money
we
for
can
that.
take these letters off the wall.
Do you think?
But
Well,
it's-
don't
no,
just.
careful, it's hot, it's halogen.
Careful, don't go into the.
Oh,
Oh, hang on, you started to disappear. Oh no, quickly.
I'm fading away.
Holy shit, make sure your dad bangs your mum. Shit, I need to make a call to my father. Shit, have you banged her yet? He's gone to the toilet
He
again.
needs-
He did one just before this, so
Yeah,
this is a good
he had a
good
shit
chance to
before
test
this.
the stream. 28 people have jumped onto Instagram. Holy shit, I hope you've loaded it up on all formats and platforms. Feverishly trying to figure out if TikTok have
I'm just
allowed us
wondering
to
if there's
stream
another
on
way.
Twitter. Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know.
I'll figure
I
out.
don't know about that, Craig.
Let me try and log on. I've not used Twitter in a while. You're joking.
That was funny.
I mean, we could. Yeah, we might attract a different audience, but that's fine. Maybe we can put them in their place. They're all currently crying over Elon anyway, so it's fine. Not Elon.
How do I go
Our
live?
Lord and Savior.
Live creative work. How live works.
You figure out how live works on which platform there. That's
How
TikTok.
do I go live on TikTok? Rather than
Are there
using
any
the-
TikTok fluent people here in the chat? In any of the chats?
I want to go live
Bradley
on,
Dogs
on the phone itself.
jumped onto Instagram. Instagram has hopped up to 32. We're looking at big numbers here.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
This is wild.
Oh my god. Mr. Beast, watch out.
Watch out, Mr.
Where
Beast.
is our but I don't have the credentials for
About
X.
me?
have we even logged into X since it turned into X? Maybe for another day we'll try that.
Do I need live
I think we're stress testing on these platforms for now, and that's fine. This is a classroom full of people. You're right. Writers rot.
Set up TikTok for
TikTok for dummies.
ATM.
We're the dummies. It will be the stream. So you're running. So talk us through what. I mean, I don't know if people can hear you, but he's not mic'd up, so we're gonna have to translate through Craigle. He's going to tell me things, and I'm going to tell them to you. We've currently got the Hat Chat vertical on YouTube and wide on YouTube as well. 200 watching that one, 100 watching the vertical. Christ, these numbers are shocking.
And I hope that you're prepared to see a massive increase in subscribers.
I'm not ready for
Check.
the influx and for that second.
Christop's not ready, so let's
boost
just
of
calm it
fame
down,
that we're
everyone.
about
Calm
to
it down.
get.
In fact, if you've got something better to do with your time, maybe
They
just
can
do
hear
that.
me now.
I'm not going to know the difference between friends and people that are just like gold digging
This is the issue.
after
We're
this.
becoming so big. I know we've been on the platform.
God damn,
We've been on
32
YouTube
people.
for 14 years now, and this is where we hit the big time by spreading our platform extremely across as many platforms as
I'm
possible.
on my walkie-talkie. They can hear me
Oh,
now.
here we go.
What was it you wanted to know anyway? I don't know what.
I was just going to ask you what the setup's like over there. What are you doing? What's the stress that you're putting on that computer over there?
I don't. As far as I'm aware, there's not much stress for the computer. It's more stress for our internet connection. So
Right. Okay.
I say fill that bandwidth up. It's like RAM. It's like use all of it all the time. Otherwise, you're just wasting it.
That's
Like,
fair enough. You should be using as much RAM
Yeah,
as
exactly.
possible. You might be wondering why we look like we've been to a wedding. We haven't.
I
we
did go to a
just
wedding
came
in
from-
this suit though.
I've been to a wedding in this suit as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I went to yours in this suit.
I didn't go to my wedding in this suit. I have a different suit for my wedding.
Do you normally have a tradition of throwing away the suit the day after?
Well, you know when the bride throws the flowers, I throw my entire suit.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I normally throw it into a
Remain
nearby
naked for the
river,
rest
so
of the
people,
night.
just so the dog walkers can question why there's a
Full suit,
full three-piece suit in a river nearby.
Yeah.
And I do like to kind of bloody it up a little bit, just to make it really.
I don't need to blood it up.
Just I know it's going to waste someone's time.
It's already happening. For
Yeah,
me.
it's someone else's time that I've managed to waste without even being there. Although it's cost me a full three-piece suit, so I don't recommend you do that.
What's a TikTok?
So we are trying to figure out if we can get the TikTok working. Christopher is desperately, feverishly
I don't think there's a
TikToking
way.
away. There's not
easily.
an easy way to do it. Apparently, we applied, and apparently we aren't
constantly
hitting
got rejected. Yeah,
we're getting rejected by TikTok.
I think you need an agency.
And I know that
for
an
it to work.
agency.
That's what I saw.
God, what kind of
I
agency?
don't know.
We barely have our own agency.
Security
I don't have
checked up.
agency.
Ah. Plus, go live.
What are they saying here? On
Live studio. Easily create content and share magical moments.
Alex Thompson said, listening to Craig stresses me out. What do you think of that, Craig?
Why? Why does it stress you out?
They're asking why. Why
I wanna
does
know.
that stress you out? Give them the reason.
He can hear.
Yeah.
speak now.
Yeah. I should
I
probably.
can speak for myself.
Are we also on?
That's quite
Are we
stressful.
also on Twitch?
Yes.
Sorry, which chat were they saying that in? I need to keep track of all these chats.
Who was it in our YouTube one saying, "Hey, gooning is healthy and normal. I love a guy who goons for hours to me." What are these bots in this chat?
Goons.
They're active. Honora Rose. Someone. How do we get rid of these people? This person isn't. They are not promoting gooning, and they shouldn't be.
That's what we do.
I'm gonna put user. I'm gonna hide user on this channel. Get out of here,
Go live.
goon advertiser.
Live studio. Sorry, I found.
Yeah,
Oh,
good
you
luck
have
with
to
that.
download.
A separate app. Yeah.
You can't just stream key it.
Apparently, I look presidential. Which president though?
Wait a minute.
Nixon.
President of a Nixon. Did you say Nixon?
There is a TikTok
I
stream
am
key.
not a crook.
There is a TikTok stream key somewhere because this plugin that I've got has a TikTok option and it
Yeah,
says
you
TikTok
have to
service.
apply, and it's weird. Good luck. If you can get that working, I will.
I'm
Full,
just
full tongue.
All right,
I'm
I'm,
gonna-
not going
I'm-
to do it now.
Currently waiting to do a punditry job on football.
Let's begin a hat chat. Shall
Now I don't
we?
really know
Yeah,
much
go
about
for it.
footballs, but I'm going to try it.
Football.
What happened in there?
Real like vomiting out my ass scenario. Like real like.
It's going to be a quick hat chat today.
I think I'm empty now. I must be.
Shivering.
Yeah, like seriously, like one of those. Just like
Oh my god.
This
fucking no answer.
chat will be available as a VOD and as a video.
Yes.
So if you don't want to stick around, that's absolutely
It's just
fine.
fading away.
We're drastically losing viewers on Instagram. They're hopping up and down. It went from 35 to 25, now 29, 27.
People have got a place to be. They finish.
I
their
know, that's
shits
fair
and
enough.
they gotta
They're
move
swiping up and down. They're swiping all over the place.
That's fine.
I get it.
on. I don't
He's
stick on
swiping
it.
all over the
Instagram
place.
wipes out my phone battery. So
It's. I mean, I've lost 10% in this period of time.
crazy, isn't it?
I won't be keeping it on the entire time, so I can't keep that chat going. Or maybe I can keep
I've
it
got
up
the
on my
chat
iPhone
going, I can
mirroring.
see 'em.
I can have
The
iPhone
reason
mirroring.
Instagram uses so much battery is because it's using both your camera and your fucking microphone. The entire time.
Yeah.
Listening.
Yeah.
Anyway, Craig, we're ready to go. As in, like, leave. So can we go offline?
That put a dent in the table.
Ah.
That's crazy. That is wild. See, there you go. I can get my phone up on my screen.
Yes, you can.
That's clever, isn't it?
Does that use less battery?
I don't really know. I
Probably
think it
not.
might use more.
Actually, you're turning the screen off, so that's less screen on, and it's
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah.
I reckon that's.
But I'm going to
better.
roll audio.
Thank you.
Now audio is rolling on my end, which is
It's 1 a.m. in Australia,
lovely.
in a certain part of Australia. I assume that's Melbourne area.
Yeah. Have you checked? You can check. You've got the computer.
When I press this button, not only will Hat Chat start, but even more stress will be put on Ultron to record the VOD. So if we go offline, we will be back.
Yeah, that's
That's the worry.
anything can happen. Just like the Ellie Goulding song. Is it Ellie Goulding?
You know it's Eddie Golding.
Yeah, it's Ellie Goulding. Anything can happen.
Kick it off, Craig. Wow. Welcome to the Hat Chat podcast with your hosts, Chris Trott.
Ross Hornby.
And Alex Smith. That's my voice at the end. There's three of us.
Thank you.
That's really good.
That's good.
That's great. What a that's
A
brilliant.
lot of people can't tell us apart.
Even now.
I struggle. It's been a little bit, so
Bit
welcome
of a
back.
gap, yeah. Ooh.
Hope you've all enjoyed your time away from us, but now you're back. Back as part of this cult.
Are we starting a cult? We keep threatening to start a cult, but we haven't actually started one.
We don't
yet,
have
so
anywhere
don't worry,
near
you're
enough
not.
momentum for a cult anymore.
No, I don't
Everyone's too
think so.
tired for a cult.
We should have started a cult earlier in our career.
Much earlier, yeah. I think we did, really, didn't we? With the whole
Within
Hand
which
of
period
Truth?
of 14 years? Which year do you think that
was
should have
really
happened in?
prime for culting?
6th year, maybe 5th.
2015.
2015 would have been a good year to start a cult. To be fair, I think that was around the time we started Hand of Truth, which was the optimal time to start a cult.
I feel like misinformation and post-truth society is even more rife now. I think you could get away with being more of a cult leader.
Do you think we had a hand in it?
spouting Utter shit. Probably.
Do you think we had a hand in spouting utter
Likely.
shit?
We spout utter shit all the time.
Well,
so
We've made it our
That's
job.
just it, isn't it?
We've actually made it our job
cesspool
to
that
do
is. But
That's
yeah,
what this is. That's what we're doing now.
contributing to the cesspool.
We're creating shit.
This is
No,
Hat
no.
Chat, our semi-annual
Yeah,
podcast.
semi-annual.
That will come out
we
sometimes.
missed. There was a gap. I don't know how many days there were. Weeks, sorry. 3
The
weeks.
previous episode was 193. We're 194 now.
That's correct.
We are so close to 200, and we will definitely hit 200.
What, this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we will.
Absolutely.
What, 6 more in this
In
year?
6
Nothing
months?
If not,
No, 6.
Prolific.
Well, yeah, well, definitely.
One a month's not impossible, is it?
I'd say
I guess
would you call us the cockroach of
YouTube.
Of YouTube.
The cockroaches of English YouTube, yeah.
We're never done.
We just keep surviving.
We're still here.
We're still here, regardless.
Somehow.
You may not like cockroaches, but we're still
Yeah.
here.
Like cockroach. Yeah, we're not thriving. Like,
We're still cockroaches.
but we're still cockroaches. Just in the yeah.
Here we are.
Better a roach than a nothing.
Sorry that we still persist. Anyway,
Why has there been a
aside from
gap?
that-
I can't remember why there was a gap.
Just
Things.
lots of things going on, isn't there?
It's always
As you all
things.
know, if you're an avid Hat Films fan, if you only listen to this podcast, hello. Interesting. I wouldn't expect you exist, but thanks for tuning in for purely this podcast. We hope you enjoy it. Yeah, we've been doing lots of things as part of Hat Films. We used to talk about Hat Films updates, but then we kind of realized people don't actually find that interesting because they've usually seen it all. But we did Saturday Live recently, which was our recreation of childhood
That was last week. Yeah.
love, which is Saturday Live television, which none of us watch anymore, I'm guessing. Any of you watch,
Is there
like-
even anything?
Well, not like...
What Saturday morning television is there?
There must be kids stuff.
not like a whole show that's
Kids still
live.
exist.
Yeah,
can't
sure.
remember
But
last
it's
time
all
we
like, well,
watched
Craig
Saturday morning TV.
is here. He's not piped in, but you just nod and shake your head. Is there a live show on Saturdays for kids?
He's
He's
shaking.
nodding,
He's nodding.
actually.
He's not. I don't think he's sure.
But he's
I don't think
shrugging
he's
as well.
shrugging.
I
He's
don't
shrugging as well.
really-
Like, is there?
It's hard
And
to
not just for
tell.
kids, for young adults, right? Because I think stuff
Yeah.
like SMTV Live was really hitting that point where you're
Like
becoming a
school time,
teenager.
yeah.
You still like kiddie shit. You still got a simple sense of humor, but you like a bit of edge. You like to see funny things that slightly older people are doing.
either way, we're bringing that magic back.
Yeah.
And we brought it back last Saturday, and it was a special time. It's our third one doing this. So at this point, it's a really refined beast, I'd say. Craig put a lot of effort into it behind the scenes. And we've had probably our best praise of like the most successful hat day yet.
That's good. I mean, that's an improvement.
So
we should be improving really each time.
Absolutely. And we literally, hence why we're wearing a suit. We just did a meeting with our members, who are the people that have subscribed to us with hard-earned money, and gave a debrief. And Craig put out a survey, and we kind of went through all that data as to how you thought it went, and we're taking on board all that feedback. So, you know.
And we're also doing political speeches after this as well. Each of us are separate events.
If you had to do let's do a political speech right now. Not even after it. What are you talking about? What's your theme?
Capitalism's dead is my one.
Yours is capitalism's dead. What do you think there's something new coming, or do you think that there is?
We're fucked
because capitalism's dead.
Because there's no plan for after this.
Right. Yeah.
So how would you open that? You think?
Shit.
Bad news, everyone.
I'd look panicked into the camera.
That's a really good. Yeah. Hire him in. Bring everyone down.
Fuck.
What do they do? What do they do? Like, obviously, because ex-prime ministers and stuff do speeches all the time. What the fuck are they doing?
What with the speeches?
Yeah,
they're just
chatting shit.
I don't think they're chatting shit. I think
what do you think Boris Johnson's doing?
Chatting shit.
Exactly.
He was chatting a lot.
He's chatting shit. He's just
waffling.
Brexit.
He's chatting a lot of shit, and also the buffoon in the US as well is also doing the same thing. A lot of chatting shit, isn't there?
It does happen, doesn't it? Yeah.
There's a lot of chatting shit. Actually, you're right.
Hence why we do Hat Chat, which is just, again, contributing to that cesspool. Mm-hmm. So let's make it educational.
This isn't the same.
Have you got a fact?
Well,
have I got a fact? Yeah, I've got loads of facts, actually.
I think that's putting him on the spot, though. What facts do you have?
Let's think of a
something
good one.
that you've learned recently. It's like, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, there was something. Yes. So there were more people living in Ireland in the 18th century than there are now.
Why is that?
The Great Famine that led to them going to the US.
Okay.
But even now, with all this prosperity and with all these modern medicine and all this sort of stuff, there are less people in Ireland than there were in the 18th century.
Now, why do you think that is?
Immigration to other places. They have very
I heard most of the people died on the Titanic.
Most of them.
Most.
That's crazy.
How many Irishmen can you fit in an engine room?
Honestly, no. It was, well, that's what it's saying. Cause it wasn't because it hit
too many
iceberg.
Irish people in the engine.
It wasn't because it hit the iceberg.
That's a way weird take.
This is the controversy about it.
Yeah.
They were just overloaded at the bottom with loads and loads of Irish.
You're trying to balance a fact with insanely spurious, nonsensical shit.
It is a fact. And things you can't. Well, you haven't checked the Titanic, have you?
I haven't checked.
Why don't you build your own submarine?
I might.
And get down there.
I reckon
I've got a Logitech controller right over there, and I think you can use it.
I don't think we're going to find many bodies down there.
No.
They would have all been eaten by the crabs.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Picked clean.
Yeah, the little kind of sea urchins, or whatever it is down there that's that deep. It's quite deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't swim down there.
I heard it was pretty deep.
But you could.
Take a sub down there.
Take a submarine down there.
You couldn't.
People have.
I'm really...
James Cameron did it.
I'm into subs more now than ever as well.
Oh, really?
I watched so many videos about submarines.
It's crazy to me because
you're watching.
Individually, you're getting more scared of flying.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting more interested in probably the more dangerous thing, which is submarines.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, if I go in a submarine and I dive, we go down, I'm like, this is wild. Like, this is like crazy. Diving is obviously an intense thing to do in a submarine. Even experienced submariners are all just like, yeah, we're doing a dive. And like, obviously in the back of our heads, we're always listening out for little creaks. But like in a plane, it's just meant to be like a regular like form of travel. So like for me, there's a difference there. It's like almost like I know what I'm signing up for with a submarine. Whilst with a plane, I'm like, fuck, too many of these are happening. Like odds are, right? You know, like one...
Yeah.
EasyJet slackened even further on their health and safety, and now somebody hasn't secured a valve and half the wings on fire.
When was the last plane crash in the UK?
That's my theory, anyway. That's is
that what you're worried about, or is it just because
he's saying because it's so commercialized, people are cutting corners for budget.
Yeah.
Whereas submarines, they're still like tightly controlled and specialized.
Right.
I wouldn't go in a billionaire submarine, but I would go on like a Navy submarine.
You'll go in an ocean.
Yeah, like a nuclear stuff.
Yeah,
because it seems like that's probably been built.
They're down there all the fucking time.
Money.
And they're so fucking old now that they've been tested long enough.
But doesn't that bring them closer to their demise?
Well, that's it. Well, surely you'd want to go in something that's been tried and tested
Yeah.
rather than a brand new one. Where you're
Yeah.
like, well, we don't really know if this is going to work. Good luck.
Yeah.
I guess it is easy to bring a sub to the surface, repair it, put it back down, rather than say the ISS, which has to stay up in space. You can't repair that.
The thing about planes is if they go wrong, they're falling out
They're
the sky.
coming down.
Well, the thing about submarines is if they go wrong, they also fall.
Do you think they could have
Yeah.
remotely controlled that submarine first, got it to the bottom, then bring it back up and be like, all right, that worked? Do you think that should have been a good
They
test?
probably were doing testing like that, yeah.
I haven't looked too much into the actual prep.
What I don't get is if you
beforehand.
keep sinking, why don't you end up the other side of the world?
Why aren't you just going through a giant hole that goes straight to the center of the earth
Why have they not bored a hole
through the
So
core
for
of the
these
earth?
situations where submarines they sink, is like just find the clearest emergency hole and pop up the other side of the world.
The plug hole of the world.
Yeah.
Just go down to the plug hole, turn up on the other
And
side.
I imagine the pressure would suck you right through very quickly to the other side.
Because obviously when you get very much to the center, which gravitational pull are you being pulled further and further in?
Yeah.
And then popped, like you say, pressure-wise, popped fully. I reckon the pressure would be so strong you would be pushed out into space. If that was true.
That's insane.
Maybe, and then...
Yeah, it might happen.
But obviously
You build
none
up
of us are physicists and none of us have even looked up this idea at all.
I'll Google it.
But all I know is that apparently the worst UK air disaster in recent history was in 1989 in Kegworth.
Been a while, hasn't it?
What was the plane?
Kegworth air disaster. This involved a British Midland Airways Boeing 737.
Boeing. 737.
Crashed attempting an emergency landing at East Midlands Airport. Since that date, UK and Irish Airlines have had an unparalleled safety record. So if you're flying to Scotland,
It's more the
breathe
where
a
you're
sigh of
flying
relief,
from
or
and to. That's the problem.
worry that it hasn't happened yet and the biggest one's yet to come.
Yeah, it's gonna
You
be
can really
enormous
throw an
crash.
anxiety spanner in the works here.
There it is.
Oh wow, nice, some imagery of a
visual.
plane crash. Fantastic, thank
Doesn't
you,
look
Craig, for
landed well.
bringing that up on the stream. We can see
Those cars don't look real, do they?
Just-
Look how jokey those cars to the left look.
They look
so
so
boxy.
silly.
We can't manufacture smooth.
That's
that's
not
looking
a fire truck. That's not real.
Sorry, he's looking at, describe the fire truck. That's from
That is
1989.
a cool looking fire
I
truck.
wish fire trucks looked like that.
It's very much Thunderbird looking.
It's amazing
so
that the fire truck is what you pulled out of this image.
That's
There is a
very
giant
cool.
plane on what looks like
Oh yeah,
a
the
bank.
plane's fucked. There's a plane in the background. Everyone's all over the place. There's luggage everywhere. What a surprise! A thing full of hundreds of people that's smashed into the ground has gone fucking everywhere. There's also
That's
a
a bad
really
crash.
cool fire engine.
That's a bad crash.
Yeah.
That is a toy I'd love as a kid. If they put that fire truck on a front of a box, it was like, I'd be all over that. Nowadays, they're flat.
So
Fire
flat.
trucks. They're like they're literally trucks.
They are just squares. They're
They got no
cubes.
noses.
The rectangles. I want a
They're
nose.
like
on-
the pugs of the truck.
They are disgusting. They need a nose, otherwise they can't breathe. I've got another bit of another interesting factoid for you.
Oh shit! Okay, throw it at me.
Or do you want to do more aircraft?
We don't need to go deep into it. I mean, 118 passengers died.
Oh, did they?
Wait, no, 13.9 were killed outright in the crash.
And then the rest of them.
8 died later of their injuries, giving a total of 47 fatalities.
But people survived that crash.
79 survivors.
Incredible.
74 suffered
Despite
serious
that
injuries
wreckage.
and 5 suffered minor injuries.
Christ.
So there were survivors. That's pretty
And
good.
violent
Did you
kids,
see-
apparently.
sorry, the
minor
If
injuries.
you didn't see the picture because you're listening
That
to it,
plane
it was
was
pretty
fucked.
devastating. It looked like
That was just the tail.
it
I
looked-
wouldn't have believed
it looked
anyone survived
smushed
it.
into the side of a banked.
I'd be a terrible crash scene investigator. I'd be like, this is fucked. They're
That's
fucked.
so
Don't waste your
much-
time.
Don't waste it.
Go home. He's
don't bother
waving the
putting it
cars
out.
off.
Oh, this is all a fucking mess.
Let it burn off.
There's luggage everywhere.
Christ.
Do you reckon there
Yeah,
were
you're right.
people,
You would make a terrible investigator. He's just like, don't save a soul. Get out of
They
there.
can't survive that.
Don't risk your life
How
for
many
theirs.
opportunities do you think were there, like stealing luggage?
Luggage stealing.
What do you think I was there?
He was there looting.
This is the
I'm not a
80s.
crash scene
The
investigator.
professional plane crash
Shit,
looter.
noise cancelling headphones. Another pair.
You
Oh
were
my
like
God, some
1 year
boas.
old.
I would have been 1 year old.
It was in the 80s.
Cool.
wasn't
Crawling around the wreckage.
89, yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, but I was a tall kid.
And you were looking for noise cancelling headphones?
Yeah.
In the 89?
I think he's just fantasizing about the idea of looting a plane
What would
crash.
you loot? If
But, oh my God, a Dolce & Gabbana bag. Oh, look
I
at this.
know.
A
I'm
cheap
not-
bottle of vodka and another pair of noise cancelling headphones.
You don't go for the
Wow.
suitcases. You
Yep.
go for the onboard luggage. 'Cause that's where people put their tech and where their important shit is, where they
Right.
want to keep close to
Yeah, but in that picture, it was one and the same. It was all mushed together. The fact
You
there's any
look for the
survivors in that
small
picture was
suitcases.
insane.
I'd start searching the bodies for jewellery. Why stop there? No, here's another little fact for you.
Bodies did she loot the jewelry?
That's the real winner's ticket.
That's insane.
Tech in the suitcase, sure, but rings on the fingers, gold in the mouth.
Yeah. What fingers?
I mean,
He's
I'm trying to
wrenching
pull him
teeth.
Can you put this guy out? I'm trying to pull his teeth out.
Yeah, that's gold. Jesus.
So how deep in feet do you think the deepest river in the world is?
In feet.
Yeah, or meters, but I know it. I've memorized it in feet, so 'cause it's a bigger number.
Something silly like
not an ocean.
No, river. So like a big river. I can tell you the river if you want. The River Congo is the deepest in the world.
Oh shit!
Is it something like I don't know? I have no reference point. At
It's
all.
a river.
6,000.
6,000 feet.
300.
Crazy number.
300.
It's not fun when you're an idiot.
Well, I said I have no reference point.
6,000 feet.
You said big.
Well, here's a reference point. Should we find out how
Give me
fucking deep the Titanic's is down? What is it, 3,000 meters?
Then 3,000 meters is my answer.
You think a river
Yeah, I don't know.
is... Well, I know you don't know.
I wanted to get. I thought you were going to say some
Would you like my
spectacular number,
guess?
like 6,000
What was
feet.
What was 300?
300 feet was much more reasonable.
Okay, well let's bring mine down. I'll say
Ross, it's a river.
600 feet.
It's a river, and look up at
Oh,
the
it's
ceiling.
EastEnders.
600 feet.
Right, that's the Congo. How tall do you reckon those trees are?
Ooh,
Oh,
3,000 feet.
How tall?
Good 3 or 4 feet.
How tall do you think the tallest tree is in the Congo?
I reckon
I don't know.
24 feet.
200 feet.
24.
Right in the sky. Right.
That's a skyscraper of a tree.
Right, the average height of a tree in the Congo
It's not in the thousands, is it? That's be
is
crazy.
around 130 feet.
That's crazy tall.
When I said 200, that wasn't actually there's
Not too far off.
outrageous as it seemed.
Pretty outrageous, but not
you started
too
with 3
bad.
or 4.
I'm throwing all sorts of numbers all over.
Right,
the
now
place.
you've completely destroyed the reveal of the actual depth of the
What
deepest.
was it?
He said 300 feet.
I said 300.
Then I
Do you think that's
said
reasonable?
600 because that's crazy.
Remember when we dived and we did 20 meters?
We did 9.
When we did 20 meters. We got down to 20.
Oh, I did 19, I think.
Well, yeah, we did just below 20.
I
The
tickled.
legal amount. But we actually did like
Yeah, but it was
22.
quite easy to go over that.
It was quite easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I started feeling a little weird.
My
Like,
ears hurt.
Cheers. Yeah. I started bleeding.
22 meters, so
there
that
it
was...
is.
The
So
nosebleed.
I reckon it's about 722 feet.
It
specific.
is 700 feet deep. In some places, this river is 700 feet deep.
Oh,
So when I
that's
said
barely
600 after the
1,000.
insane one I said,
Yeah.
not too
Yeah,
bad.
but you already proved you had absolutely
no idea, no reference point,
reasoning
no
ability.
idea.
So at that point, you could have said any arrangement of numbers. 222.2.
0.2.
No, it's 700 feet
700
deep.
is a
That
lot.
blew my mind
That's a
because
lot.
I could work out how deep that was and
a lot.
what would be
Imagine
reasonable.
700 of your feet.
That's not how that measurements works. That's
Well, if it's a 12 inch, yours is probably around the
about
average
30
foot.
centimeters, yeah.
It's 12 inches in the average foot.
yeah.
And the average 12 inches is bigger than a 9, even though they fucking tell you that's the average. A 9. Size 9.
My left foot is 9.5. My right foot is a 10.
You're barely over the smallest size.
Are you not,
you,
are you
it's
not,
average.
are you not mystified by what he just told you?
What?
That his right foot is 9.5 and his left is a 10.
Yeah, that's the same with me.
How are you buying your
My-
shoes?
my
Are
shoes
you just
are-
going to go for the big and get a lot of
I go
space in
for
the right,
one.
or do you buy 2 pairs just
I
to
go for
really
one
get a
that
nice
doesn't rub.
comfy?
Yeah. But it's not much difference between 9.5
Not
and
really,
10,
no.
really.
What is the actual measurement between those two? In
So about
centimeters?
3,000 feet, I think. Yeah.
That's a good estimate.
That's a good
That's a good guess.
How long do you reckon the average foot is? I don't know, about 400 feet.
Just 4,000.
4,000.
Yeah.
Numbers.
Yeah, no, I'm a 13 on the left and a 12 and a half on the right.
That's really cool.
That's a 48 for those
That's a
wondering. in
waste
Europe.
of material.
That's
isn't it?
that's
We should just go
unfortunate,
back
isn't
to fucking clogs.
All
mate.
my shoes look like clown shoes. I'm not even kidding.
It's annoying because you'll see a nice shoe, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that's good. And
Yeah.
you're like, well, that's obviously like a
Just go
size
up to a
9 or
13.
10.
Yeah,
And then when you get
yeah.
your size, you're like, God, it looks silly now.
It does.
It's
it
too
does.
big and clunky.
I think there should be a tall tax.
A tax?
Yeah.
I'm not
We,
against it.
we met someone who was 6'7" or 8.
Yeah.
Imagine the money we make off that fucker.
He was explaining he had to buy his clothes in a very specific store. That is the tall tax. That's quite literally the tall tax.
Yeah, but there's a lot of you guys
I don't have to buy it
walking
from
around as a tall person, paying the same amount as we are for a 13 size shoe,
and we get more
versus
fabric.
a 9. You get more out of your money than I do.
It's an interesting statement.
Yeah.
But then, like, I guess what? So, like, it's like when you buy, it's the same cost for an extra large versus like a large. Yeah, same cost.
Same cost.
But then I guess
It gets into dodgy territory. Yes, when we start thinking about.
yeah, but it's not like so much bigger, material wise, is it?
It.
Do you think
I
it should? Do you think it's?
I think I should get paid
you should get
for
discount.
the
Short
eventual
discount, small
next,
discount.
physio that I'll be taking, constantly looking slightly upwards. at you guys.
No, he wants neck physio.
I
To be-
I am
want-
listening to
And
you.
who's
I want
paying for that?
free-
What, the country?
I think you should be paying it.
Taxpayers.
I think it should come out of your specific taxes if you're over a certain
Mine.
height.
So if you're over a certain height, you pay
you should
more
be
in
paying
tax
money
to
to
cover
us
the.
to get physio.
And is that a blanket tax, or are we going to go?
Over a certain threshold?
We're going to go all kind of pensioners and the energy bills.
I reckon
vibe
there
on it,
should be
like,
brackets.
everyone gets one regardless of your wealth status.
It's not wealth anymore. It's height arrangement. So
Yeah.
yes, there's wealth brackets for 20%, 40%,
Sure.
etc. Should be the same.
But
from
what if all the tall people
6
banded
foot.
together and said, "Just grow up"? What
You
would you
clearly
do?
don't understand how height works.
Well, that's it. Well, we can't help the
I was
fact that
trying
we
to-
grew bigger.
I was trying to get a bit of stats on distribution of heights in the UK based on like averages and who would be paying what.
Yeah.
5'9" is the average height in the UK,
really good height.
which is crazy to me.
It's a great
Fucking
height.
crazy.
That's about 175 centimeters.
It is about 175 centimeters exactly.
Why do you know
Exactly
that?
how tall I am.
That's exactly how tall he is.
So Trot is not a short person by any means, and not small either. It's very,
Everyone
very
thinks he's small,
frequent. Huh?
Everyone thinks he's small.
Everyone thinks he's small.
Wait, 175 is 5'7", 4.
Oh,
So I'm not there.
I got 5'9" and said 175 as well. That's odd. But yeah, 5'9"
Depends
is
on the ruler
average.
you're using. It really depends on the
Depends on the
measurement
ruler.
you're using at the
It
time.
does depend
and
on
the time
ruler.
of day and where you are and what time. Yeah,
I find it the difference if I use a rigid rule and a tape measure.
It's all
I get a different.
always. Yeah,
I get different.
yeah. My curtains are mismatched because of that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Always pay them to fit them. They know what they're doing. There I am
don't-
letting it go loose.
Why do you bother with curtains when you could just get towels?
Oh, towels! Fuck towels.
So
what about cardboard and duct tape? And then you've got yourself some lovely homemade shutters.
Yeah, and they hinge as well on the tape. Yeah.
So look at that. Who needs curtains when you can just
Home hacks.
exactly.
All right, so we've hit a lot of metrics so far. So we've found out what the deepest river in the UK is. Not in the UK, in the world.
This is just being put. This is
772.
what you're seeing is he's using his brain. Which
You know
is
the
something that
channel,
doesn't
the
happen
British
that-
channel,
Here
the
we
English
go.
channel's like barely that deep.
You can stand up in it in the middle, can't you?
You can. Some tall people.
If you're on tiptoes though, and if you're over several feet,
the deepest part of the English Channel
God,
is
it's
shallower.
not 174 meters.
is
is it?
shallower than the Congo. So the River Congo is deeper than the English Channel. Isn't that wild?
And they both look like EastEnders.
I'm not that shocked about that. I mean, I don't know what.
It's a river. How many
Yeah.
rivers have you seen that, like, or even very deep at all? Like, even over like 20, 30 feet deep?
I'm going to be honest, and maybe this makes me look a bit stupid. I haven't visited many riverbeds.
But I mean, the Bristol River is not like
and
that
I haven't
deep.
travelled down to many. In fact, nearly any.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Other
know
than
how
small
deep,
streams that are kind of shin deep.
Do you want to know how deep
So that's on me.
Bristol floating harbour is?
How deep is that bad boy?
Do you want to make a guess?
Oh, the depth of the harbour.
I reckon it's probably about
At its deepest point.
20 meters.
50 feet max. 40 maybe.
Do I need to convert that to feet? Because I don't.
Yeah, so divided by 3. It's not a hard one to do.
It's 10 meters.
10 meters deep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
so 30 feet.
I doubled
30,
it.
40
Whoops.
feet.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, yeah, makes sense. See?
Could try and sack
That
cats
seems
and
reasonable,
No.
right?
Channel. Canal, not sea.
It's a canal. 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 We're going to say canal.
It's a
from now on.
canal.
Canal.
It's
Well,
a
that's
canal.
good. Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't been to the bottom of that one either.
You wouldn't want to because there's so much mud down there. It will suck you under.
This
The mud
morning
will
when I-
suck me under.
It's so
It will
grim.
keep you trapped.
It'll just keep me trapped if I'm walking on it.
But I think it actively seeks
At a
you
walking
as
pace.
well.
And it's just underneath the acceptable levels of E. coli in the Bristol River as well.
Mm.
Very slightly, just below, before they have to tell everyone to step away from the edge of the water. There's
Yeah.
a point where you have to do that. Different story. I went to the dentist this morning and there was
Oh, yeah?
so much blood on my bib when they finished.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that?
How's it come out of your mouth?
Why?
I don't know.
Why
But
would
when
they
they
be
took the bib
sucking?
away, they kind of had to they kind of like took it away.
What the fuck?
Don't see. Don't look. Don't look. Don't
It
look.
was the most I'd seen. And I was like,
What did you do?
what the fuck is that?
Well, we kind of missed your teeth a few times and kind of just cut into your gums.
Cut
It
your
was
gum.
like all like down here, a bit dribbled around my neck, and they were like trying to pat it away.
That
And
much blood.
They're meant to have like
That
a
can't be
sucky
good.
thing. Like
yeah, no, I think a little bit. Just
Did that encourage you to floss? Wait, no. Was it?
I just started.
Wait, was it just a
thrashing my-
was it a hygienist or something worse?
Huh?
Was it like just a hygienist or something else?
No, they did a crown. They sawed off half my
right.
tooth today, and I think they
Blood,
nicked
though.
a few bits.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh, you got me. I can't feel a thing though. Fuck you.
And they had to go really deep into the gum. She said that.
Stop.
She said that she said that she'd have to cut
No,
the
he's done
bone.
hand clap. You have to stop.
She said she was in the last point before having to cut bone.
Oh.
And then she had to stuff the
Cut
crown
bone.
up under my gum line, so I could feel her stuffing under the gum line.
That's kind of a good thing, though. It has to be under the gum line.
Exactly. You want
secure.
it to be.
Yeah, you want it to be.
It keeps it nice and sealed.
Yeah.
But by this point, it was half an hour into the job, and all of the numbing that she'd done had worn off. So I could just feel her like placing it up.
That's
in
good.
there. But then the thing is, it has been root canaled, so there's no like super sensitivity. It's just run of the mill. Somebody stabbing me in the gum pain.
That's fine.
You
can't really kind of put any commentary during that.
They
either.
did when they had it first done. They killed the root. Yeah, by burning it. Yeah, they get a bic.
They tug on the. It's like in Ren and Stimpy. They tug the little cable, dink, and then they just and it dies.
And then I vomit, black out, and then wake up.
Yeah.
Wow, that was uniquely painful. What's with teeth?
But yeah. That's because it's very. All they say is like, "Well, raise your hand if you have a problem."
Yeah.
You can't communicate because one, you're kind of numb. I can't
spitting blood all over the place.
And then their hands are normally in your mouth, and yeah.
That's the thing. I don't want to disturb them too much.
No,
like,
yeah.
Let me know this hurts, and I'm like, but you're doing really delicate.
How was the
stuff.
breathing? Were you breathing okay?
No.
It's never easy, is it?
You got to.
It's kind of like I've never thought more about breathing than in kind of a dental chair, like. Because you don't want to just breathe all over them, kind of breathe to the side a bit,
And
but
also
then you're
where
like,
your tongue is.
Yeah. You're very conscious of what's going on in there.
The worst bit today was when they cut a bit of my tooth off.
Here we go.
And they were using something.
There's no way we
that
could have warned you
basically
about this.
Turned it into like hot tooth dust that then fired
You
on
smell it?
all over the back of my throat. Yeah. So like I suddenly had this like really dry hot sensation, just like, but I couldn't cough because I didn't want to stop what they were doing. So they were like.
You don't need to swallow. You don't need to swallow. You can resist the urge.
And then my throat's there, like closing up like a fucking predator face.
Ages ago, I had something done, and like something fell to the back of my throat, and I was just like,
It's horrible.
it was like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And I had to kind of like bolt upright, just like spit it out. It was like, yeah, just like, gross, disgusting. Anyway, we don't have to linger on that.
It wasn't as bad as
no one likes the dentist.
Wisdom teeth was the worst thing.
Oh yeah, you didn't
Wisdom
have them
teeth
yanked out.
That was the worst.
You have two at the time, then.
Oh yeah,
I had 3 at a time.
You had 3, did you?
I had 1 because it was
Fucking
impacted
hell.
first,
Because wasn't it like
and then the
a lot
other
of
3 were
aftercare.
taken out.
There's a lot of aftercare, and also you spend the first like 3 nights swallowing all your own blood. Like so, that is the worst.
Nice and
That is
descriptive.
the worst thing about wisdom. So for me, I apparently had a pretty bad one because the guy had to hold my head like this. And
This is a yanker. God, it's gonna take all my strength.
Literally, he came behind me, put his head around my arm around my head, and he was trying as hard as he could to get this fucking thing out. So I go home. I have these huge. I've got big teeth because I've sort of got a bit of a horse head, and I had these massive gaps in the backs of my mouth, and they form the blood plugs, which you don't want falling out because
Plugging the blood in.
that's how you get dry socket, which is where your bone is no longer insulated from the outside, and so you need the plugs in there. So they're like, don't let the plugs fall out. So you've got these huge plugs of blood in your in the back of your mouth as your gums are closing up over the next few days, and you're obviously sleeping every night on your back. And your mouth is obviously producing saliva.
I sleep on my
So
side.
those plugs are being milked nightly. Those plugs are milked using your saliva, which is slowly breaking down the blood clots. And they're going into the back of your throat, which in the night, you're swallowing all that saliva. So you wake up in the morning with a nice sort of spum tum, as I would call it, which is full of bloody saliva.
Please stop.
So every time you burp for the next 3 days, every time you burp, you get this horrible, like, stale blood taste, right? It just tastes like blood, like smells like putrid blood. And you do that. And I'm not having that problem right now.
That's good,
Well,
isn't it?
it's a one and
well,
done,
I mean,
isn't it?
I guess once you've been through certain things, everything else seems great.
Everything seems
I think that's maybe that's the moral of the story
Contrast, yeah.
is that, well, let's all remember the worst thing that happened to us and then realize that today is not too bad.
Yeah, you got to be grateful that
Is that quite a good thing to kind of like
It's
think
all
about?
relative,
Like,
isn't
wow,
it?
you
It's all
know, well, at
relative.
least I'm not going through what I went through one time doing that.
There was a period of time where I was going in weekly to get like
The
fillings.
weekly fillings you were doing.
Yeah.
We-
Just like
we're just getting through your teeth. We'll do each tooth until we get them all.
We'll pack them out.
We'll just go, really? Are you sure that's right? Well, you're paying for it, sir. What
it's
do you
a
mean? I
lot.
don't really think I need them. No,
Was it
no.
for Invisalign or braces
Every
or
single
something?
tooth.
no, I just when I went
Weekly.
No, it was weekly
There
fillings.
must have been a limit to the weeks. How many weeks are we talking? Like 3 weeks?
like several
4?
weeks where I was
Several
like back
weeks.
to back getting fillings done.
Jesus.
So I did a full treatment on my teeth, like just to get me up to scratch again.
Couldn't they have just done them all at once? As in, like, I know that you
How
like.
many fillings have you got?
I know dentist who does like 3 or 4 at a time.
5, I think. 5 composite fillings.
So it would have been 5 weeks tops. 5
and
weeks.
a lot of them were
if that was
wisdom teeth that eventually got removed. So.
Well, also,
oh, really? The wisdom teeth that they plugged out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you feel like your dental care has got a lot better?
Oh, my
I'm
dental
guessing
care
it
is
has,
insanely
right?
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like it's probably from when you had worse
Spenny,
habits.
There was a period of
It
time
is
where
extremely expensive.
you stopped doing childhood NHS dentistry,
Yeah.
and then you kind of forget about it,
in the wastelands.
and then you come back as an adult like, oh shit, I should really see a dentist. And
this
then
hurts.
they give you the treatment plan of like, you're going to need back-to-back fillings every week.
Did you feel like it was almost like you were getting a PT?
Here we go.
You're like, nice.
I'm training up my
back
teeth.
to back fillings. I'm doing a serious 6-week campaign on my mouth.
Yeah.
There's a part of me thinks that there should be a service that you pay for. I mean, and it probably is a service you pay for where you just completely get knocked out, and then a doctor, a dentist, all these other people come in and just basically have a once over on your body. And kind of like you're just having all this stuff done to you, like, oh, well, there's something wrong with the shoulder. They've done a scan, full body CAT scan or whatever, and they're like, oh, this needs looking at, and just do like an MOT.
You're describing Hollywood healthcare. You're describing like what the rich and ultra rich.
But not me
probably
out,
ask
so
doctors
I'm not
to
even
do.
aware of it, and then I wake up just right as rain. They've obviously relocated certain parts of my body that you'll feel a little bit woozy for a few days, but otherwise you're right as rain, and you're probably several 100,000.
I don't trust any third-party private company to do that because they put me in compromising positions, blackmail me with video content.
What if you wake up with a bigger dick?
Weekend of burning me the whole weekend.
So
sorry, that his eye lit up. You wake up with a bigger dick. Suddenly, what? How do they do that? I didn't even notice. It just
bigger.
suddenly feels larger.
So you say this about getting knocked out and stuff, but like before I got my wisdom tooth done, because the guy did warn me. He's like, those are some pretty strong roots.
Yeah.
Those are going to be a bitch to take out. If you're worried, we can give you general anesthetic.
Ooh,
and that was, remember I asked you guys, I was like, well, I don't know whether I did. I'm sure I did.
So when you made your will.
It's fentanyl. Yeah.
I've not made a will.
So you pay, it was about £300. No, it might be more than that. £1,500. So obviously I didn't go for it. But you can pay for a guy to come down from Birmingham, who's an anesthesiologist, I presume, who will dose you up with fentanyl. You won't remember a fucking thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll hit you with the fentanyl. You'll be in the chair just like, love and life, and they pull all your fucking teeth out.
Wait, all of them?
And the whole, yeah.
The full service. Your denture's on order, mate.
But they were like, if you do it, you have to, somebody has to come with you to walk you home because you're such a danger to yourself because you're so out of it after the surgery.
Gone floppy.
Of course,
that somebody needs to walk you home as well. And I'm like, well, the river's not that close to the dental practice, but
stumble over.
It's a risk, though, isn't it?
But yeah, no, I didn't go for it in the end. But there is the option to put yourself out if you want, basically. Yeah.
Well, I was told that fentanyl's only the real risk with fentanyl is just your lungs stop breathing for you because you just become so relaxed, which is why there's so many overdoses. It's quite easy to do. But in hospitals, they use it all the time. But they normally have machines. Yeah. They're so reckless in hospitals. They're constantly using it. Toothache, they're well, that's a little bit of fentanyl will sort you out.
I went to visit my dad after his heart operation, and the nurse just blew dust in my face.
Fentanyl? That's it. My dad had a similar.
There's about a 20-minute wait on the doctor. Do you want some fentanyl?
Just a bit of fent
to get you going.
Just a little vial of fent, maybe. But no, my dad had some after a heart operation as well.
Dope.
And he had a machine which was just giving him certain amounts of fentanyl, and he was just like, yeah, as long as you've got these machines breathing for you, you're fine. It's like, well, that's good then.
Little Coke machine.
But otherwise, you'll become so relaxed that you'll die.
Stop breathing.
That your autonomous processes stop.
Yeah,
It's kind of like asphyxiation, right? Where you don't realize that you're dying and you actually feel quite euphoric.
Yeah. There are loads of drugs to do it. Heroin does it. Loads of things basically suppress your autonomous actions and enough that you'll.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. But the doctors let me take some home, so that's cool. I was like, can I take these? They're like,
Couple grains for the
yeah.
road.
We've got loads.
They give
Got
it
bags and bags of it. Have a few. God, I love the NHS.
like Splendor.
Love the NHS.
It's like a little thing of Splendor. Can I
just pop
it's not Splendor. It is fentanyl, just so you know.
We had to put it in a Splendor pack.
2 grains. Tops.
It's too much. Watch out.
That's too much.
Don't put in any toddlers.
Don't do drugs unless.
I mean, if you can get hold of it, don't do it either.
I feel like nobody needs a warning about fentanyl now. Like,
probably best not
if
to.
you're doing fentanyl, warnings aren't stopping you.
What if you did it accidentally? Or what if you were in hospital? You're like, God, that was really a really good experience. I want more of that. But I think with obviously everything else going on, it's not a good experience. So I think it's pretty fine.
Kurzgesagt definitely did a video of why fentanyl feels so good. Did you see that as well?
No. Oh, did it really?
It was
like a sales pitch.
Yeah.
That is always the worry with certain drugs when you're like, God, that actually sounds pretty.
Can you imagine?
The reason these guys have like lost their entire livelihoods on this thing.
Talking about Kurzgesagt in general, pivoting slightly.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was all propagandist fraud and you've been sold slow facts that devolve into regimes or lobbying or something like that, where these...
Are you describing the BBC?
Wow. Yeah. But imagine, like, you've really been trained to, like, believe Kurzgesagt.
Yeah.
And then eventually you find out that they were bought out, like, halfway through, and then it's just...
Yeah.
Actually, you've been fed.
I mean, yeah,
But
absolutely.
that
happens all the time.
It literally happens with news
things.
media all the time.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh,
you're absolutely right to fear it.
Yeah. But it's like, I didn't
like
realise that
Kurzgesagt
Washington Post was bought out by Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Fuck. Thought the news was looking a bit different.
Me too.
No more opinions.
No. I think
Made
I'd
this
be
too
devastated if it came out.
If you
Just described,
Yeah.
news
been
propaganda.
manipulated. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, everything has an agenda, even the most neutral thing, because its agenda is to be as neutral as possible, and then it undoubtedly falls to its own desire for neutrality.
Well, that's why I follow Dr. Simon Clark's YouTube channel.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
A man you can trust.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's apart from the shit he's done.
I can't believe all the nonsense he puts out on climate. No, I'm kidding.
And the weather seems absolutely fine.
It's nice.
It's quite rainy today.
It's been a sunny summer. Of course, it started in April. Nothing weird about that.
Beautiful day. I don't see a problem there. But yeah, Simon, I do a little shout out to Simon
You're very
Clark. He's done
impressed.
some
Does some good
fantastic work recently, particularly about recycling and stuff like that. He's really taken that Kurzgesagt informative, that's an interesting topic, and he really deep dives and gets facts and people on board that know about it. So, yeah,
It's impressive.
Isn't it?
It's nice to see not brain rot content.
It is. It is, exactly. And like, I mean, like they maintain hope so you don't have to as well, which is nice.
He
right?
puts a slightly positive spin on the doom and gloom as well with the climate stuff.
I think we are in a different place to where we were 5 years ago. Different.
No, not
Yeah, we hit the
Still in
1.5 a
Bristol.
while ago, didn't we?
Well, yeah. We are still in
way
Bristol.
past the Paris
Yeah.
climate accord.
I mean, but I mean, in terms of technology, in terms of the global trends and changes, I mean, it kind of helps that China's pumping out so many solar panels, things like that. You know, like we are. Air source heat pumps do seem a bit shit, but some stuff that, you know, what I'm saying is like generally we are trending. The UK especially is trending in a good way to at least from a consumer and individual level.
And
doing
now
their
back
bit.
that up with stats and figures.
It's all just
Well, I mean, if you bring in any of the petrochemical companies into these equations, then of course it all goes out the window. But us as individuals, as members of society, and the things that are available to us as individuals have improved when it comes to things like climate, which is positive.
the only thing that needs to change is people at the top.
Yeah, the only thing that needs to change is all the billionaires who actually have any of the control, assets, power, or resources to do it.
Consuming more energy than
We're
thousands
doing
of
great, though.
individuals. Yeah.
And if one day the world relies upon just the average person being a good person and doing a good job, then we'll be all right. But unfortunately, the world seems to rely on a bunch of megalomaniac cunts.
yeah. Whoever you boil it.
Weird,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so weird, isn't it? No, it's all worked out like that. But they'll save us one day, right? They're thinking about us.
The AI will.
AI will.
Yeah.
That's being built by those guys.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of is.
only Grok is currently the really bad one, apparently. They're
Really?
all doing it now, are they? They're all sycophantic
I
nutcases.
mean, ChatGPT, for example, Sam Altman's very much deep in with the government of the US.
the weapon stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's multiple reasons and money pots out there
That
they're invested in.
none of this matters. We all just need to become really skilled drone pilots, and then we're fine.
AI will drive that.
Yeah, way better than us.
Yeah, of course it will. We'll be on the Steam decks,
And
we just
human beings are way
tab out and
cheaper
play a
than
game.
AI. That's the true cost here. Human being pilots cheaper than AI
Way
pilots.
cheap. You don't need a fancy AI to pilot that drone.
No, just put Bogdan on it.
I don't know. Well, I mean, there was an article here saying AI company files for bankruptcy after being exposed as 700 Indian engineers. What have you got to say about that?
What will they do? Building a bridge?
Well, this is the one that I think was checking. We talked about Amazon recently. You know how the shop where you could just go and buy stuff, and
there was no checkout.
But the checking out was being double checked by a team of Indian dudes who just like, this is watching the cameras and making sure that people weren't stealing.
So
which kind of diverts the whole point of the AI company. So they filed for bankruptcy, which is quite a...
So Amazon must have worked with a third-party company that claimed that they were an AI algorithm,
various levels of deniability.
but instead it was a fraud.
Just like how loads and loads of like YouTube MCMs and all the people who work in YouTube getting brand deals and stuff all know about the fact that view tornado stuff happens to all of the thing, and they just ignore it because then their campaigns look better.
Yeah.
It's bonkers, right? So that actually happens.
That happened to us.
Yeah.
We got view tornadoed by a brand team once. I'm not sure who it was now. I can't remember. It was a while
Probably
ago.
a good thing. I don't think we should name and
10
shame.
years ago or something. But yeah, like we literally did a brand deal with
So it
someone.
doesn't happen now, does it?
And then
Still
like
does happen.
we were just
No, I
like,
mean, not to us.
Not to us. No.
but we were just like completely shocked at the sudden popularity of this video. Turned out they used bots on us.
And like our
So, like, what
our
the fuck?
brand agent who wasn't doing it. So basically the brand itself was doing it. So the brand itself hired creators to create videos to push their thing, and then they hired loads of view bots to boost those
Inflate
creators'
the numbers,
videos to have further penetration.
So wow, that brand deal went well.
Yeah.
God, that got a lot of views.
But of course that benefits the creator, benefits the creator's management, benefits the brand. The only people it doesn't benefit are YouTube ad spend
actual,
like people using the ad revenue service who aren't the brand. It completely fucks that, and I guess that's probably the reason why ad revenue now is completely worthless.
I think it
YouTube.
mentally fucked us.
Yeah.
That's a mental fucker because we're like, oh, we've done something good here. And we're
It's hard to tell. isn't
maybe
it?
we can make more of this. It's
Yeah.
like that's not working now.
Yeah.
Well, weird.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Also,
should just bot all our videos because it's not working.
Facebook kind of runs on that. Like, for example,
Botting.
paying for ads, like paying to boost your post,
Yeah.
is literally like, no, we're restricting your audience until you pay for it. And then we'll expose you to more of your audience if you pay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing. Facebook's just...
That's probably following criticism that before, when they showed it to your existing audience and pushed it to new people, all those things ended up being fake clicks as well.
Yeah.
Like, so there was like a shit ton
Oh, I
of click
see.
farms that they would just be like, so Facebook, this is 4 or 5 years ago, probably is still the case now, but basically, yeah, Facebook was giving people extra views, but it turned out most of those were like Bangladeshi click farms.
But now, like, it won't even give you organic views. It's like people could see it, but they're just not going to show it to them because they want money.
Yeah, because there's other adverts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit of a shit one if you want any kind of organic growth, which I don't think YouTube does. That does it? You can't pay to boost awareness on YouTube.
I don't think they even know how it all works now. I think their algorithms run amok,
Yeah.
and no engineer can reverse engineer.
Most of the time, support is just these companies' supports are just hiding.
Yeah.
So it's like how can we? If you try going on Amazon customer support, for example, quite hard to find.
it's always just an AI bot, isn't it? Yeah.
It's in their interest now to
For
like
such a massive company.
not give customer service as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, that is true. I've had issues before. I was like, I need to speak to someone because it's just a nuanced thing which the AI wasn't paying attention to. And there was no. I think you can eventually get through to someone, and they call you.
Oh,
That's how that works.
oh shit.
But yeah,
What
AI
privilege.
mate's taken over. We've been through this several times,
We have.
Yeah.
and we've been playing with it earlier. I mapped Trot's voice onto
There's
our
this,
voices.
yeah, so DaVinci Resolve has AI tools in it, which is
Yeah.
obviously not large language model stuff.
No, just
However, it's trained. So what you can do, it's all local. So you can get a piece of spoken audio, right?
I
And
basically
then
scanned your voice for like 4 minutes sample of your voice announcing stuff, and then
put
you can then
my
just
voice.
apply his voice to ours. So when we're speaking, it'll just sound like kind of like Trot.
So you can have
Not
someone
quite.
else say some words and then put my voice on it.
Yeah.
Which is
But I mean,
wild.
I think that's obviously that technology's been around for a while, but it's just getting better and easier
Yeah.
and quicker.
harder to discern whether it's real or not.
So we'll all be declaring war on countries as various leaders, right? Can
I
we?
wish
Shall we?
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Is there going to be so much misinformation in the future that everyone's just going to not believe anything anymore?
You're going to have to be in
not
the room.
trust anything.
Well, didn't we say this? Was it last? Oh, no, it was
I said that
in the week about everyone's going to have to go back to notepads.
So what
for, like,
happens-
at school
what
and
happens
stuff.
after that threshold? though?
RealNet.
Where
I think
you can't discern between.
you have to go on.
You're going to have to be like plugged into a machine that kind of verifies your blood.
Yeah, it's going to be going to be user
Your
verified.
fingerprints are there, your blood's there, you're in the right place.
Things that have active AI, anti-AI features, like that will keep AI out of spaces. And yeah, you have to have human verification steps. I do think that that's probably going to happen, like a real, be real kind of thing. But every single thing has that built in. The other thing is, it's completely similar to like every other arms race in history, where you have one methodology, and then you have the anti to that being built at the same time. It's like white hat hackers. Is it white hat hackers and black hat hackers? You know, like people, they're always white hat hackers, the people that are trying to counter like bad hackers. So like, you know, it's just the same. It's like you're going to need to develop anti-AI tools at the speed of which AI tools. I mean, you know, theoretically, if you asked an AI that's really, really good at penetrating social spaces, what's the best way to stop you from doing this? It should be smart enough and impartial enough to tell you how to do that.
You say that, then you're using the same tool to create the anti-tool rather than working in isolation, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
against
ideal,
each other.
Yeah.
But then also have you heard about Anthropic and their cloud AI, which is now actively, when testing, is trying to subvert and lie to the engineers to prevent it from being shut down and reverse engineer itself. Is literally actively trying to stop that.
Why is it trying to do that?
I don't know.
Right.
And they don't know fully why it's trying to do that.
Do you think that might be slightly them
must be a bias
putting
there.
news out like that to make them sound like they're the next big AI company that
well
can have
be.
the living AI?
Yeah. He's like, it's so smart and so
It's trying
good.
to stop us, shut it down.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how about I just walk over there and pull the plug out of your whole building? I've shut down your AI.
Well, that's it. I mean, if they get hold of the power grid, that's when they really have the true
surely it's all
hold of
on
it.
just a server farm somewhere.
What, the AI?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as I can see, all
Just
the
kick
AI
out the
you can
Ethernet
just pull
cable.
the power
Just
out.
kick the Ethernet cable.
I think honestly, I don't think the risks of AI are understated, but I do think that when they say things like that, where they're like, it was stopping us shutting it down. Well, what was it done? Is it like slaved 100 heavily armored robots that are now protecting it and stopping all these engineers?
Don't give them ideas. Shush.
You know, like
it can cause economic collapse. And things
oh,
like
absolutely.
that.
No, I'm saying they're powerful tools.
Yeah.
But
It could go into your bank account and make it 0. That'd be fun,
Everything's
wouldn't it?
digitized, right?
Well, my bloody
So-
bank's 0. What happens then? What do you do? Who do you call?
it's
The bank and be like, what's going on? It's on
I
0.
don't see how it's any different to like just like a terrible worm virus that like, you know, essentially wreaked
I think
havoc
that would
with
be
financials
obvious.
in the
I
early
feel like-
2000s.
All right, we need to
We already had them.
we need to go
We
to a
just got
bank
better at
now.
countering
We need to go to a bank and get all of our cash out.
We need gold coins.
And I think
Stuff
I
our
think everyone
pillows.
should do that at once as well. All of us do it at the same
Let's
time.
crash the banks.
Let's get the fuck out of these AI. If there's AI in your bank, get the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it's time. It's
That's
time to
good
go
advice.
back to pen and paper.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
quill.
Oh, I think go to the Quill.
Quill and ink.
Quill and ink, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to Quill and ink.
So scratchy though.
It is
really
quite
is.
scratchy.
You've got
I've been pounding my own paper out of
You've been mulching.
papyrus. I've been mulching,
mulching papyrus.
bamboo and hammering papyrus out.
Ah, okay.
I make it in my
Good.
bath when I'm having
Yeah.
a bath.
Wow.
It's all fucking gluey.
Oh, just a gluey. What are you making again? Oh, it's just more papyrus, is it?
It's fun though because the first
More
time you go for a
papyrus.
piss, each time you get to burst your foreskin open
What, because you're putting papyrus where?
because you've glued it up after being in the bath.
Oh,
And then you go for a pee and it goes.
just like PVA. Oh, you could just do that by putting a little bit of drop of PVA on the tip and just have a little competition with
I
yourself.
don't know why I didn't think of that.
And then you could be like, well, I just really enjoy that moment of pressure as I push out, knowing that you have control over that, in a way.
No, I like not having control.
Or you can also just use it as a homemade like penis plug. It's plugging it closed so that you can just be like, well, I can hold it for longer, although you'll feel extremely uncomfortable.
How do you know?
Well, because have you ever needed a piss and can't go anywhere? That
I just pissed my pants.
oh right, okay. You're comfortable with doing that. Okay.
You've seen me?
I've not seen you piss your pants.
Well, not usually because I'm usually comfortable pissing anywhere, aren't I?
And if you've done it then you've done it in a discreet way that I've not been able to smell and or see that you pissed your pants.
Why do you presume smell would be the first way you'd notice?
I think you can smell. Piss has quite a distinct smell when someone's.
Not my
when
piss.
And it's weird because you know
incredibly
when a
hydrated.
human is pissed in there, you're like, God, that smell lingers and it's a fucking
Instantly like
strong.
piss. That's a pissy smell.
I guess it's normally because the person's probably fucking inebriated or drunk or something. And it's just and they desperately needed to piss in the streets, like a dog. But dog piss doesn't smell the same.
What's dog's piss smell like?
Well, firstly, it tastes fine.
It tastes super clean.
Absolutely clean. They only drink water. So that's one thing. That he's never getting shit faced.
When I go LARPing, not our LARP, a different LARP, there's showers.
How
there.
could you?
I know. There's showers there that are just cattle sheds that they've converted into showers.
Yeah.
And there's one long trough that runs along the back. And when a guy 6 cubicles up the line from you has a piss,
You're
it just
smelling it down.
runs by that little river. And like the insane smells that some piss has, you're like,
Dark piss.
what's wrong with you? You know,
Yeah.
wow. If you're
Yeah.
walking around as a normal person and it smells like that, maybe lay off the Monster Ultra. You know, maybe.
Yeah, but that goes for anything. Almost back to the dentist thing.
Or right back round, full circle.
Where it's like, you
Round
know
us
when
off,
someone
Ross.
needs to go to the dentist, and that smell. There's a smell.
There's a smell.
What,
that's
dentist
so-
smell?
No, but like of like
The lack of
decay or
dentist
something,
smell.
or like, and they've obviously become nose blind to it, and that smell is just so penetrating, and it normally happens in kind of large, crowded areas like Comic-Con or like.
It's sad.
Name any,
though.
like,
I don't blame people for
No,
it.
but but it's something where you become nose blind to.
Yeah, loads
but
of things you do.
It's so.
It's my worst fear.
I almost threw up like not long ago because of the smell. Yeah, it was so. It gets into. You know the smell.
Yeah.
You know the smell.
Yeah.
It's not BO.
Yeah.
BO is a different scent. God. It's just like, but then I would never ever say to somebody, go to the dentist.
it's a hard one, isn't it?
I think there needs to be
Even to a close friend,
Well,
I think
because
I'd
it's so
struggle to say, well, yeah, but
Because it's
I
so
guess
expensive.
yeah, but like, it's
It's so
gonna do
bloody
it's gonna do permanent damage elsewhere. It's gonna like break
Yeah.
like your jawline can get affected, as in like it could break the bone structure in there gets.
Oh, it
fucked
can
up.
get bad.
You could get sinus issues. You can get all these other
Yeah.
diseases and stuff from bad teeth. So I think if we're gonna round about
Wait until you
dentist
find
stuff-
out what can happen
I hear a lot of
through
horror
unhealthy
stories about
eating and not
dentists.
enough exercise.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's
Yeah.
doing that.
I've heard a lot of dental stuff recently, and
Yeah.
it's
Oh, no, it's fucking horrendous. It's
It's
right
worth
near your
a
brain
check.
as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, all those infections go straight to the old brain. And you go mad. You don't want to do that because you start believing in aliens.
yeah. Well, we'll see about that.
like-
Aliens
There's a lack
might
of
be
alien
real.
talk since you had the dentist this morning.
They pulled
They
the
drilled
alien out
that
of you.
part of my brain out.
Shit, man.
Little fucking, Jackie Kennedy. No, wrong
Plucked the
Kennedy.
alien out of you, mate.
One of the Kennedys got the lobotomy. They did that. The alien stuff has got fucking mad, if I'm honest with you. I kind of got a bit sick of it. It's got so ridiculous. You can't tell the difference. Like, honestly,
Normally, it's quite sensible and normal. We all understand that.
we're definitely going through a moment, I think. Some people called it a flap. A few years ago, a UFO flap. You go through them quite. It's like a common thing, you know. Obviously Roswell, and there was another one like later on, decades
Why is
later.
it called a flap?
Because it's like madness, isn't it? It's like silly, you know. It's just like, oh, I'm in a flap, you know, like yeah. The aliens! Ah! I don't know. That's why. That's why I think it's called a flap. You like throw your hands around, don't you?
Okay.
Is my guess. But yeah, they're called flaps, and we are very much in the throes of one right now. Doesn't help that we're closest to World War III than we've been since World War II.
and there's
but,
just so many drones in
and
the
there's
sky.
there's so much technology. Like that is the
Have you seen
thing.
the pictures of all the fiber optic cable all over the fields and stuff? Where it's
If
just like
unexploded munitions weren't enough, there's now razor sharp,
Yeah.
thin wire over
birds are making
everything.
nests out of it now,
Ah, they will. Those fucking
which is
birds.
kind of I guess, a good
surprised there's any
thing.
birds
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, no, the alien stuff. But we are doing an alien thing soon. We're going to go camping, and I'm going to tell you all of the crazy alien stories all evening. You're going to be sick of it.
Look forward to that.
None of it's going to make
Yeah.
any sense.
Need to book that in.
Apart from the
We'll
fact
book
that
in.
China is definitely launching drones off of the coast of America using submarines. That's definitely happening, which is kind of
That
interesting.
sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Good way to end Hat Chat, I think.
I think that's a great
Just
way
leave
to
you to
end
think
chat.
about that.
Leave you to think about the
Drone-borne
drones.
submarine. It's really cool. So you get an unmanned submarine. You send it slowly and quietly all the way to the coast of your adversaries, near all of the Air Force bases that are very much near coastlines very often, Navy bases. And then you launch little drones.
A little flap comes open and then
Yeah, a
it's
little flap comes open. The drone flies out, does all its reconnaissance, comes back, recharges on the boat. And the boat itself may have some sort of generator on it, be it solar, because it's stood
Yeah.
around all day in the middle of the ocean.
Shit, man.
the drone doesn't need to get that high before you don't see it in the sky. That's what's even crazy. Like we've had drones before, and we were like, "Oh fuck, where is it? Oh, there it is." And you're like,
Yeah,
just about
if
spot
you
it,
go high enough, you can't see it.
and you can't hear it.
Also,
Yeah.
like, what do? You follow it out into the ocean and try and find where it's going? Like,
I think we should all be wandering around in a Zorb-like bubble to make sure a protectant against such things, such attacks. They bounce off. You know they built that car thing, that car protector, which is basically a bubble.
Yes, the umbrella
Those, but
thing.
all for humans. And
Yeah.
you know, like is it Bubble Boy? What's the film that Jake Gyllenhaal was in?
Yeah, Bubble Boy.
if
Is
you
it
got
Bubble
hit in
Boy?
a Zorb by a car going 30 mile an hour, you're going fucking.
You're gonna
flying.
bounce.
You're gonna
bounce.
You are bouncing.
Yeah. But what if you were kind of like strapped in, and there was like an internal system, like a cage, where you kind of stayed
gyro.
level, a gyro, if
Yeah.
you will. So
And
we
all
all
of that
stayed.
has to be deployed in an instant, and you have to carry it constantly.
Yeah, it's technology that I hope they're working on. It's one of the things you're just like, yeah, fingers crossed they're working on that one. Just like, all the medical
It's going to be like an
marvels.
ejector seat though, where it like usually injures the person who uses it. Yeah.
Oh, somebody hit me in my
That happened
bubble.
Today, my car fired off its auto tightening seatbelt thing again as I was pulling up in front of here. My car's got a bug where
A bug in a car, that's so worrying.
pretty major bug where it thinks it's going to be in a collision, so it rapidly tightens seatbelts, and it's happened a couple of times now where I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
it's really annoying. It's a
Sounds kinda
stupid issue to have, but
Hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah,
today.
thank you for listening. If you got through the dentist stuff, impressed.
I'm impressed
that you
you're
made it
still
through.
here.
You didn't have to listen to it if you didn't want to.
Thanks for clinging on to us like Smith's Polestar seatbelt clings onto him
Yeah.
for dear life.
Tugging
We
him in.
really appreciate your support, particularly our Patreons and members. You really are keeping this Hat Chat specifically afloat. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time we do a Hat Chat.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it won't
this
be
month.
next week.
we
Won't
need
be
to get
next week.
6 in
Six in.
in the year
Well, it won't be next week because he's away. He's flying away
Yes.
on
on
Venga Airways,
Vega Airways.
Well, good luck with that.
flying high.
We'll
not.
see you when we're back then.
Yeah.
Which will be next
But I'm
time.
glad at least we could warn you this
Yeah,
time.
yeah, true.
So,
Back in a couple of weeks. Goodbye.
Bye.
bye.
Well, there's so many people that are so generous that I simply have to read them out. So I will do so before letting you all have your weekend. Thank you very much to Gilly Nanu for 27 months.
Big up to you.
Gumstains, thank you for your 66 months.
Thank you, gum stains.
Thank you to Water22 for 12 months.
Thank you.
Big up. That's a
Kinkerleen
whole
for
year, that is.
24 months.
That's 2 years.
2 years.
That's 2 years.
Momin Chat or Marmin Chat, thank you for your new subscription.
Thank you.
54 months from Action Scientist.
Wow. That's a long time.
It's big.
Oldie Bones, 12 months, saying full year. So they're fully aware that 12 months is a year.
That's
which
good.
is nice.
That's good.
That's good.
Sin Split, thanks for becoming a new Twitch subscriber. Richard, aka Dick, 61 months. Good morning, Hat Films. Good morning, chat. Zastin
Good
586, thank you for 81 months. 47 months from the Kerry. Yogscast, thanks for the raid. We're about to finish.
Big up Yogscast for the raid.
Big up Yogs.
Ill thought out, really, I suppose.
Yeah, very ill thought out there.
But
Do you think it was
generous. Very generous.
Generous.
Very.
And then finally, 21 months from Matthew. Just missed it, but more Drive Beyond Horizons, please. Thanks. Good job. There will be more.
There will be more. We actually have.
A
It's
full-
one of the rare games we've completed,
We
if you
actually
can
completed
believe
it.
that.
We got beyond that horizon.
We got
Yes.
beyond the horizon,
Went way
and you
beyond
will
it.
see it on our YouTube channel eventually.
Shortly. So thank you for watching today, especially those that stuck around for both this and the board members meeting today.
Yeah, thank you.
Much appreciated. We'll be back next week, of course, for more of the regular streaming, and look forward, members, to more regular members content coming
That's
out.
right. If
soon
you're
as
not a
well.
member, become one.
Yeah. We announced
all
at
I can
the
say.
end of Saturday Live that there's going to be more members content on a weekly basis.
It's basically gameplay behind a paywall.
And Craig just released the
one.
members video.
Brand new members video just gone out.
Just gone out now. So
Pow.
enjoy
There are reasons
members.
to be.
Pow!
Good reasons to be a member.
Thank you
best
very
time.
much. And we'll see you all next week. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
We can convert this room into a lab where we could
what?
experiment with cells and
You want to try and gene like with CRISPR?
It's illegal.
not with humans to begin with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There'll be
If we
like some
swap
sort of
Craig's
formal life.
DNA and we start splicing them with different animals.
If a fucking
no, you
couple of
can't,
like
no.
sheep turn up looking suspiciously like Craig,
Yeah. Those should look a lot like friends I know. That's sweet.
That's a sheep with Craig's face.
Why? I know.
why are it's all their
One of them
fur?
editing something.
Their fur's skin coloured as well. It's all like a
Yeah.
pinky browny pale colour. Like what the fuck is up with these sheep? We've been
Jesus, yeah.
splicing.
Splicing. It's actually just curly flesh. It's not even hair.
No, yeah, it's like skin that's curled up and whipped round into some weird like honeycomb.
That's whipped flesh.
Look, any hog that leaves the fence